Galio's story begins during the aftermath of the Rune Wars, a time when the unchecked power of magic wrought devastation across Runeterra. Refugees fled from the chaos, seeking a safe haven from arcane threats. In the west of Valoran, one such group stumbled upon an ancient petrified forest while being pursued by dark mages. In their despair, the refugees discovered that the fossilized trees absorbed and nullified magic, rendering the spells of their enemies useless. This miraculous discovery turned the tide. The once helpless refugees drove the mages away, using only their swords and courage. They saw this magical sanctuary as either a divine blessing or a reward for their suffering, and decided to settle there, founding a new community that would eventually become Demacia. Over time, the settlers began crafting tools and fortifications from the petrified wood. Mixing it with ash and lime, they created a material called petricite, imbued with an extraordinary resistance to magic. This invention became the cornerstone of their civilization, its strength symbolized by the gleaming white walls of their burgeoning kingdom. Though the petricite walls protected Demacia from arcane threats within its borders, they could not shield their armies on foreign soil. Faced with enemy sorcery, Demacia's soldiers needed more than discipline and steel to prevail. The kingdom turned to its greatest artisan, Durand, to create a mobile defense against magic. For 2 years, Durand worked tirelessly, crafting a monumental figure from petricite, a winged colossus he named Galio. While it was not the weapon many had expected, Galio became a symbol of Demacian might, inspiring hope among its people and fear in its enemies. Transported to battlefields on sledges pulled by teams of oxen, Galio was a sight to behold. His imposing frame and reputation as a magic eater, often enough to demoralize opposing forces. Yet, no one anticipated the effects of prolonged exposure to magic on the statue. Over the years, Galio absorbed countless spells, his massive frame soaking in their energies. Unbeknownst to all, the petricite colossus began to stir with a growing awareness, his consciousness taking shape amidst the chaos of battle. During a grueling conflict in the Greenfang Mountains, Demacian forces faced a skilled group of Noxian war mages known as the Arcane Fist. For 13 harrowing days, the mages bombarded the Demacian soldiers with unrelenting sorcery. Exhausted and demoralized, the soldiers gathered around Galio, desperate for protection. Then, on the 13th day, a low rumble shook the ground. A great shadow loomed over the soldiers as Galio began to move. For the first time, the Colossus roared to life, his booming voice startling both ally and enemy alike. Galio shielded his comrades, absorbing the Noxians' magic before leaping into action. He crushed the enemy mages with ease, his immense strength turning the tide of the battle. As quickly as he had awakened, Galio fell dormant once more. Back in the great city, rumors of the Colossus's miraculous intervention spread, though many dismissed them as fanciful tales. Yet for Galio, this was no mere legend. Even in his stillness, he remained aware of the world, longing for the chance to fight and protect again. For centuries, Galio stood watch over Demacia, his consciousness trapped in a dreamlike state. He observed the passage of time, puzzled by the fleeting lives of mortals. Unlike himself, they could not be repaired or repainted. Their fragility saddened him, but it also deepened his resolve to protect them. Though his moments of awakening were rare, they were always marked by acts of valor. Galio defended Demacia against countless threats, from invading armies to rogue mages. Each time, he relished the opportunity to fight, only to be returned to dormancy once the magic faded. Galio's creator, Durand, had long since passed, leaving the Colossus to ponder his purpose. Was he simply a tool, or something more? These questions weighed on him as he awaited the next surge of magic that would grant him life. Among the Demacians who visited Galio, one stood out, Luxana Crownguard. From a young age, Lux made an annual pilgrimage to the Colossus, her light magic growing stronger with each visit. Galio, sensitive to magic, noticed her presence and became curious about this bright, cheerful mage. She was the first to converse with him, treating him not as a tool, but as a being with thoughts and feelings. Over time, Galio grew fond of Lux, seeing her as a kindred spirit despite her magical nature. Unlike the destructive mages he often faced, Lux's magic was a source of light and hope. She became his confidant, and in her, he found a connection to the mortal world he so dearly wished to protect. In one of his most memorable awakenings, Galio faced an enormous beast unleashed by northern barbarians. The monster, a towering behemoth with saber-like claws, tore through Demacian ranks with savage fury. Galio, awakened by the sorcerer controlling the creature, confronted the beast in a titanic clash that shook the battlefield. The fight was fierce, with both giants trading devastating blows. Despite his immense strength, Galio found himself conflicted. He relished the challenge but could not ignore the suffering of his comrades. Ultimately, he sacrificed the thrill of combat to protect his people, crushing the sorcerer and driving the barbarians into retreat. Though Galio's triumphs are celebrated, they are bittersweet. Each victory drains him of the magic that gives him life, forcing him to return to his unyielding vigil. He remains ever watchful, dreaming of the day when he might awaken permanently, free to defend his people without the constraints of dormancy. Galio's legacy endures as a symbol of Demacia's resilience and unity. His massive frame stands as a reminder of the kingdom's strength, a silent protector waiting for the call to arms. Whether fighting mages, monsters, or entire armies, Galio's purpose is clear: to safeguard Demacia and its people, no matter the cost. In his stillness, Galio reflects on the nature of life and magic. He envies the fleeting, vibrant lives of mortals, but he also cherishes his role as their guardian. For Galio, every moment of awakening is a gift, a chance to serve and protect. Though he may never know the warmth of mortality, Galio's stone heart beats with unwavering determination. He is not just a statue or a weapon, he is Demacia's sentinel, a colossus forged from stone and purpose, forever standing between his people and the forces that would harm them. That was today's episode about Galio, the eternal guardian of Demacia. What do you think about Galio's story? What was your favorite part of his journey, and why did it stand out to you? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Until next time, take care and see you in the next video.